Woo. O O O M G. Man, check it out. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy. OMG. Diddy, 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 Diddy. Diddy got a hearing today. Let's see what happens. He won his freedom. He's begging to get out. Please let me out. And let's see what happens. His team's trying to get him out. Anyway, besides that, let's get to the and then who got Charlie Kirk? Who got Charlie Kirk? I don't know. They talking about Tyler Robinson did it, but the meat and potatoes of the lie. R.I.P. to those two detainees in Dallas, Texas. Two people were deleted by a sniper on a roof. Oh my God. We got the content there. But before we go to the content, guess who's in the chat? That's my auntie. That's my auntie. Shaky. Oh, I love my auntie. That's my auntie. Shaky. Hey, auntie Shaky in the building. Love you. Love your auntie. She says, good morning, nephew. Love you more. And guess who else we got in the damn chat? We got Andrew in the building. What's up, Andrew in the building? Boom, boom, boom. Diddy might get out soon, I hear. Yes and no. Yes and no. Diddy might get out. Diddy might not get out. He got emergency hearing today. Let's see what happens. Uh, the probation people are saying they want 60 to, well, I'm sorry, is it six? No, 70 to 80 months. So he might be in there for another 2 years if they go by the guidelines. And also, guess who we got in the chat? We got Keenan Lambert. He says, yo, out of Brooklyn, New York in the building. Let's get it. Let's get to the content. Everybody speaking to everybody. Oh, the meat and potatoes, man, is the damn shooter. His name is Joshua John. Joshua John, come to the damn pulpit. Oh, the latest person that's deranged came out on the damn roof. Boop, 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 and we got the content. And you know what you know how I do. I'm messy. So we we got the left position on it, and we got the right. But first, we gonna go in the middle and just tell y'all what's going on. What's going on in a fair use situation here. I'm trying to get to the. Let me see which one would be a direct news just on the shooting. Let's go to CBS. They might. I think they're late though. I had something that's more. I should. I think this one's more current. Yeah. Now we're gonna go to Fox 4. Fox 4 is more current with it because they say two people passed. And the other news, which they got good reporting, they were early. They were just saying one and then two critically. But now we know it's two gone. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the number might rise. But when you know how we do, we got to get y'all the content, fair use, fair user. You feel me? The content, you know? There's another shooter, bro. This is crazy. What's up with all these shootings in America? Fair use.
Thank you for joining us across Fox Local and our other digital platforms as we continue to monitor this developing situation.
Like the video.
In Dallas County, a shooting at an ICE detention center.
So that shooter opened fire about 6:30 this morning, firing a rifle from the roof of a building near the Immigration and Customs Enforcement location. This is 35 in Empire Central in Dallas. The gunman fired rounds into an vehicle that was transporting detainees.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Damn, he shot at the van. Yo, he shot at the van. Didn't know what he was shooting. He was shooting, he killed some detainees. And look at what he put on the bullet. Anti-ice on one of the bullets. Man. Wait a minute, go back.
2 ICE detainees
Wait
were
a minute,
killed.
what did he do again? Let's rewind. What did he do? One more again.
Empire Central in Dallas. The gunman fired rounds into an unmarked ICE vehicle that was transporting detainees.
Wow.
2 ICE
vehicle that was transporting detainees. Central in Dallas. The gunman fired rounds into an unmarked ICE vehicle that was transporting detainees.
One more.
2 ICE
Central in Dallas. The gunman fired rounds into an unmarked ICE vehicle that was transporting detainees.
Wow.
2 ICE detainees.
One more.
Empire Central in Dallas. The gunman fired rounds into an unmarked ICE vehicle that was transporting detainees.
2 ICE detainees were killed and a third was wounded. The numbers have been quite fluid as this has developed since this morning.
Woo!
The gunman, we can tell you, is dead. Officials say he took his own life, and sources have...
He took his own life. Let me cut this fan off. It's too cold. This fan cold. Let me get it hot in here. It's cold in the mug. That fan was blowing too much. That's a shame when I'm talking about it's too cold in here. Hold on, let's rewind that part. What'd he say again? Oh, let's go again. I love the content. Fair use. Like the video.
And
share me out.
Sources have identified the shooter as 29-year-old Joshua Yance. The FBI says
Johns.
the suspect...
I thought it was Johns.
have identified the shooter as 29-year-old Joshua Yance. He took his own life.
He took his own life.
Sources have identified the shooter this morning. The gunman, we can tell you, is dead. Officials say he took his own life.
Wow.
And sources have identified the shooter as 29-year-old Joshua Yance. The FBI says the suspect wrote anti-ICE messaging on bullets, and they are calling it a targeted attack.
Ooh. But there are still a lot of questions. How long the attack was planned? What motivated that suspect so much to answer?
Like the
but
video.
Here's what we can tell you. We do know that law enforcement has arrived at multiple homes connected, they say, possibly to that shooter.
Yep, we've got a location in North Texas, also one in Oklahoma. One is in Durant, Oklahoma.
Like the video.
That's about 20 minutes or so north of Denison. And that's where we find Fox 4's Stephen Dial, who is reporting live for us with the latest on the ground in Oklahoma. Hey, Stephen, what are you seeing there?
Like the video.
On the ground to Durant, Oklahoma, and behind me is just one police unit. We don't know how many units actually are down this road. The home that is tied to this investigation is further down that road, but we came here from Fairview, which is outside of McKinney, and at that location we saw someone who was believed to be family members arrive at the home and then go in. Now we know, and we've shown from Sky 4 for some time, that the FBI is on the ground there in Fairview, and here in Durant we have not seen many law enforcement officials.
Wanted to show him.
Home, they were kind of frantic, and we spoke to a neighbor off camera who said that family had multiple young adult sons, which adds up to the age of this gunman here in the incident that happened earlier this morning. And he also knew the family's last name, which matches up to the last name of the gunman. So we are waiting here in Durant, Oklahoma, to try to see what or how important this location is behind us, as to if there is any evidence that can link to why this happened and how this happened, and if there were any planning ahead of time before this deadly shooting.
Well, Stephen, you talked about you talked.
Wow, crazy. Let's go to the chat real quick. When was this? This was yesterday. Sarah, oh, that's surprising. Tyler tried to as well. Yeah, man, on the roof. Seven Sages, the FBI hasn't solved what happened to Charlie. Nope, not yet. We're gonna get to that, but We gonna get to the content first, and yeah, we get to Charlie in a second. But this is hot news, baby, off the press. Fair use. Damn, look at this.
And for more analysis, CBS News Homeland Security correspondent Nicole Skenga joins us now. Nicole, good to see you here. So authorities, they're saying the shooter fired indiscriminately at this field office. What can you tell us about the operations there? Who would normally be there? And can you also talk about the level of security at that place?
Yeah, Nancy, this is ICE's Dallas field office, and it's also a small holding facility for migrants, can hold around 100 in terms of capacity. It's home to ICE officials, and there's that holding area for migrants in federal custody. There are also visitors that go there, attorneys, family members, as well as asylum seekers who are going through immigration proceedings that would routinely check in at that facility if they had what's called a notice to appear.
What's up, life with the Sherry?
We know that the gunman was firing indiscriminately, as you mentioned, at the building, including at a transport van in the Sally Port. And it was there that 3 detainees were shot while they were inside the van. And of course, as we've reported, 1 has been confirmed deceased while 2 are in critical.
We got 2 deceased. I think they got that late. CBS is like, I guess they got it early. It was early.
Now, law enforcement like Federal Protective Services are also on site. That's a law enforcement agency housed within the Department of Homeland Security that helps safeguard federal public buildings like this one. And look, it's a hardened facility, but we do know that since the gunman fired from an elevated surface on a nearby roof, he was able to get.
Wow. Don't that sound familiar? Elevated roof. What's up with these dudes? They know how to snipe, huh? They get on that roof. Shout out to Life with Tasharia. Go to her channel from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. That's her area. I just thought about it. Frugal Mama, Life with Tasharia is from that area. Oh, shit. And it's near the 35 freeway. Oh, my God. Fair use.
To get around much of that.
And Nicole, this is not the first case of violence we've seen at an immigration facility in Texas. Can you talk about some of the other recent examples?
Yeah, this facility was actually the target of an alleged bomb threat last month. Wow. On August 25th, a 36-year-old man was arrested outside the very same facility. He approached security officers and showed them.
Whoa, so this is the second time. Well, they had a situation kind of similar, but no shooting. But wow, people getting aggressive. Woo, woo. Let's go.
But he claimed to be a detonator on his wrist. The man allegedly said he had a bomb in his backpack, and a bomb squad cleared the scene ultimately. The suspect was charged with false reporting of an emergency. Now, on July 4th, a police officer was shot in the neck outside a different ICE detention.
What? Dang. Whoa, I ain't hear none of this stuff. See, all the others, we get distracted by the other stuff. Damn, they getting attacked. Damn, these damn ICE facilities are getting attacked on. And you know me, I'm gonna throw the political side on it, but I'm gonna let them talk.
A different ICE detention facility in Alvarado, Texas, and officials called that a planned ambush. In fact, 10 suspects were charged with 3 counts of attempted murder of a federal officer and 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a violent crime. If convicted, each of those individuals faces a mandatory sentence of 10 years to life in prison. And just 3 days after that happened, on July 7th, a shooter opened gunfire at a Border Patrol facility in McAllen, Texas, and 2 officers and a Border Patrol employee were injured. The gunman had an assault rifle. He was carrying a utility vest and ended up dying after law enforcement returned fire. But we have seen really an uptick in the targeting of ICE officials, including during targeted operations in Los Angeles and San Francisco. ICE says they've seen a 1,000% increase in assaults on their officers.
Damn, 1,000. I didn't say it, she said it. I didn't say it, she said it. It look kind of high right there, but because here we go, fair use.
On their officers, certainly a concern for those like Director Taltz. On their officers, certainly. ICE says they've seen a 1,000% increase in assaults on their officers. Certainly a concern. ICE says they've seen a 1,000% increase in assaults on their officers. Certainly a concern for those like Director Taltz right now.
A very dangerous.
Let's go to chat real quick. Go to the chat real quick, and then you know me, I'ma throw the political side on it. Cause the vice president of our nation had a statement to say, and you know the Dems don't like it. You know I'm messy. Rena Love, people getting aggressive. It is, man, they getting aggressive, Rena Love. 7 say Don can't trust it. Can't trust it. Oh, can't trust it. Sarah O say 7 can't trust what? And Life with Tasharia, go to her channel. She says, dang. And then 1 says Batman utility belt, Mr. Trump. Man, now let's go to fair use. You know I'm messy. You know I'm messy. I'm about to stir it up a little bit. Our vice president, this is his statement after the shooting. I'm about to piss y'all off. Here we go. Here we go. Personal protection in the building. Shout out to Rockstar Torn in the building. You know what I'm saying? What's the deal, Don? These are just chilling content. Iron, God bless you guys. Let's go, brother. Here we go. Fair use. This is J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America. Woo! Listen to his statement. Oh, look at J.D.
Customs enforcement facility was opened fire upon by what we know is that in Dallas, Texas, an ICE facility, an Immigrations and Customs Enforcement facility, was opened fire upon by a violent left-wing extremist, a person who wrote anti-ICE messaging on their bullets. And there's some evidence that we have that's not yet public, but we know this person was politically motivated. They were politically motivated to go after law enforcement. They were politically motivated to go after people who are enforcing our border. And I think that is the most disgusting thing. The very people who keep us safe ought to be honored and protected and praised by Democrats and Republicans alike. It is time to stop the rhetorical assault on law enforcement. But if your politicality was opened fire upon by a violent left-wing extremist, a person who wrote...
Woo! A left-wing extremist. Woo! Here we go. And of course, you know me. I like to stir it up. Let's stir it up. You know, then we gonna go to let me see which one we gonna go. Let's go to first we gonna go left, then we gonna go right. We gonna go left, then we gonna go right. Listen to this. So we gonna go rewind what he said, and then we gonna go to MSNBC. Woo! Listen, fair use.
It is not a both sides problem. It is primarily on one side of the political aisle. So, if we are going to truly go after the political violence in this country, we need the Democratic leadership of Washington, D.C. to look in the mirror.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Another lie. I really don't understand why at times like these, the vice president feels like he needs to go out and lie about things that are obviously false.
Woo! He said the lie. He said it's a lie. Is it a lie? Woo! I don't know. Y'all tell me in the chat. Is it a lie? He said a lie. Whoa. Yeah, you know me. I like to stir it up. I want to piss. I want y'all to argue in the chat, but be respectful.
But if you look at the political violence in our country over the last couple of months, the last couple of years, it is not a both sides problem. It is primarily on one side of the political aisle. So if we are going to truly go after the political violence in this country, we need the Democratic leadership of Washington, D.C. to look in the mirror.
Woo.
Yeah. Another lie. I really don't understand why at times like these, the vice president feels like he needs to go out and lie about things that are obviously false.
Woo.
Things that are obviously... The vice president feels like he needs to go out and lie about things that are obviously false. and lie about things that are obviously false.
Is it false?
And lie about things that are obviously false.
Ooh.
And lie about things that are obviously false. I always talk about the need to support law enforcement. We talked yesterday about the attacks against ICE in July, 2 times in July of this year. Talked about how heinous this shooting was yesterday. It's 3 migrants that were shot, by the way. And all of, I mean, while people were still bleeding, you had politicians pointing fingers at Democrats. You had politicians trying to blame other people before they knew anything.
That's a long pause.
And then you have J.D. Vance saying something, again, that he clearly knows is false. As we said before, the Koch-funded Cato Institute, a libertarian institute that has always been seen as aligned with the Republican Party for the most part. Certainly not with the Democratic Party.
Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. The murders and he's showing, he bringing receipts. Let me show y'all this. Let me take this off the screen. He putting numbers on the scoreboard. Look at this. This is his source. Right here. This is his source, ladies and gentlemen. It's called The Murders and Political Motivated Terrorism Since 1975. And if you go down the list, compared to left and right, it says left 65, right 391. Is that accurate? Did he bring some receipts? Woo! Did he bring some receipts or not? Y'all say it in the chat. I'm just here for the content for y'all to argue. I'm the instigator here. Is these stats right here, ladies and gentlemen? Are these stats right? Look at that. Oh, those stats are right or wrong? Damn. Foreign national 8. Islamism 3,020. Damn. 3,120. Left 65. Right 391. Separatism 4. Unknown other 9. Oh. So are these facts are wrong or what? Let me let them talk. Then I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to go to the right in a minute. Be patient.
Talks about politically motivated terrorism in the United States. You have 3,120, that's 9/11. And then on the right, 391 killings, 65 from the left. You have Willie, CSIS did a more expansive study of even more recent years. And the overwhelming number of killings are from the right. Now, listen, if there were a Democrat that was blaming the Republican Party for these killings, we would be very critical of them. But what is wrong with these people that they go out and they immediately start pointing at Democrats, saying, "Oh, this is where all the violence is coming from," when they know it's not true? And where were they when the Speaker, the most powerful Democrat in the House in Minnesota, was assassinated in her own home? Her husband, do we have her picture? Her husband was assassinated just this summer. She was shot. This woman was shot dead in her own home. Her husband was assassinated by a man that had a hit list of 42 Democrats.
Like the video, subscribe.
A state senator, Democrat, another powerful Democrat, shot in his home 8 times. His wife shot 9 times.
Whoa.
Their dog killed.
Damn, the dog got killed.
And that is a tragedy.
Woo!
Just like every political killing is a tragedy. Just
Woo, he was cooking right there. I don't know his name, but that's MSNBC. That's MSNBC. Now let me go to Fox. You know me. I like to stir it up. I like to stir it up. I like to stir it up. I'm messy. Yes, I am. Where's the tab from Fox? They had a good rebuttal. They had a good rebuttal. Here we go. Here we go. Fair use. Fair use. Yeah, fair use. Fair use. Fox News.
One detainee is dead and two are injured after the Department of Homeland Security says a sniper fired indiscriminately at an ICE facility in Dallas. You can see the bullet holes there. The shooter then turned the gun on himself, leaving behind these shell casings that read anti-ICE. Here to discuss is DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. Tricia, thanks so much for joining the program.
Lawrence, thank you so much for having me this morning.
So let's get into some of the facts here. The threat level has been high on all of the facilities, Border Patrol and ICE included. They get a call, shots are fired, and next thing you know, during an investigation, you find out this guy has a message of anti-ICE. What else do you know about this suspect?
Yeah, 5 minutes after the active shooter started, Secretary Noem hopped on the phone with all of us and started giving us the rundown of what was going on. This individual from an elevated rooftop opened fire, indiscriminately shooting at our Dallas field office and shooting at unmarked and marked vans at that ICE detention facility. In those vans is where those 3 detainees were being held before transport, and that's where they were shot.
Man, that's crazy.
One of these detainees was tragically killed.
All right, let's fast forward. We already know all that.
Of course, this is not how it went down. This is not the facts of this story, but the damage had already been done.
Oh, you're exactly right. This is a disgusting smear. And I can tell you that reporter...
Let's go back to what they said. I don't even hear what they said. What happened? Here we go. Let's go. Let's rewind a little bit. Some kind of smear campaign. I don't know.
To see in here when it comes to just misreporting things. This is a headline from NBC. They later corrected. They say ICE held a 5-year-old autistic girl in Massachusetts to pressure her father to surrender, family says. They later say video shows ICE 5-year-old girl while agents attempt to arrest her father. Of course, this is not how it went down. This is not the facts of this story, but the damage had already been done.
Fair use, like the video.
Oh, you're exactly right. This is a disgusting smear. And I can tell you that reporter reached out to me specifically, and he told me that our ICE and agents were using this 5-year-old girl with autism as quote unquote bait to get her father out of this house. I said, hold up. There's no way this is true. Wait for us to give you the facts so you're not printing misinformation and these false smears that dehumanize and demonize our law enforcement. He went forward with the story. The truth, and the American public should know what the truth is that this individual who is a target of our law enforcement operation, he had past criminal convictions for domestic violence and strangulation. He was pulled over by our ICE law enforcement officers in a proper stop. He went off.
And I know the struggle that they go through. They don't make a lot of money. They just don't. They don't make a lot of money to deal with this. They don't have a choice of what laws they have to enforce. They're law enforcement officers. All the laws on the books. You don't like them, change them. Tricia, thanks so much for joining the program.
Woo! Damn. So they already arguing. They already arguing about who's in charge and who did what. That's powerful when you got the vice president saying, hey, this is a left thing. Is it left or right? Oh, man. Damn, y'all. Like the video, subscribe. Let me go back to the left real quick. He ain't finished. Here we go. Fair use. Look,
just
he's
like
mad.
The Charlie Kirk killing is right. But the question is this: where was J.D. Vance after that happened? Did he go around making speeches nonstop? Where were right-wing media outlets when all of these things happen? I mean, my God, look at the first two things here in political acts of violence in the United States. You still can't get anybody on the right to admit that there was actually a kidnapping plot against Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. They'll go, oh, that's like an FBI thing. And as far as Paul Pelosi, they were saying on January 6th, where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Beat the hell out of Paul Pelosi, almost killed him. He'll never be the same. For those of us who know Paul, he'll never be the same.
Dang.
And what did the right do? Did they condemn? No. They made fun of it.
Damn, is that true? Did they make fun of it, everybody? Let me find another. Let me see if I can find another. Let me go to Fox News. Let me see if I can find something fresh off of Fox News. I was trying to find something where they was directly talking about them, and I want to hear them instead of just JD Vance go on his rant. Shout out to JD Vance. That's the vice president, man. I don't want nobody coming after me. Noam, what's this? We won't stand for this in America. What's this? An hour ago. Let's see what this is about. Fox News. Here we go.
Joining us now exclusively is Homeland Security Secretary.
Here we go. We already know this lady crazy, the motherfucker. She a gangbanger too. This lady definitely a Fox News network person. You can tell. Here we go. Fair use.
Christy, no, Madam Secretary, it's great to have you on the show tonight. The suspect in this ICE facility shooting was identified as 29-year-old Joshua John. We know the investigation is ongoing, but what can you tell us tonight about him?
Well, we can tell you that he was on an elevated rooftop, that he shot into a building, into a carport area, that he was targeting ICE based on what we've seen as far as evidence so far in this case, and that we have to do all that we can to make sure this never happens again. So unfortunately, we see this kind of violence out on our streets every day. We see people that have been targeting our law enforcement officers across the country, not just in their rhetoric, but also in their actions out on the streets. And some of them appear to be acting independently. We don't know that for certain with this individual yet. We have to let the FBI finish the case.
Like the video, share me out.
To make sure that we do due diligence. But we also know that every day our law enforcement officers out on the street are facing terrorist organizations, cartel members. They're facing very dangerous individuals and networks that are sophisticated, that use technology. And what we're going to do in response, Laura, is that we're going to hire more ICE officers. We're going to go out and hire more law enforcement officers. We're not going to stand for this in the United States. And I'm so incredibly proud of our president, who is furious over the fact that we every day are seeing victims of crime, victims of this kind of a terrorist attack on a facility where people were working, showing up for their jobs, and all they wanted to do was to be able to do that safely and go home to their families at night. So, Laura, we got a lot of work to do in this country, but we're going to make sure that we are a country that obeys the law. We follow the law, and if these politicians don't like it, then go ahead and change it. Quit going out and giving speeches. Go actually do something with your lives and accomplish something. And have a debate over policy rather than just attacking innocent people and people who get up and go do their jobs with honor and dignity and respect.
MSNBC's law enforcement analyst says that a motive shouldn't be assumed in this case. Watch.
You can't just assume by that what was written on that shell casing that that's necessarily his motivation. He could have been doing that to thinking it was funny, trying to put law enforcement on the wrong track.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Secretary.
Nah, yeah. I ain't trying to take a side, but that is the dude clearly wrote what he wrote for a reason on that damn bullet, bro. It's clearly he's against ICE. I mean, come on, man. Come on. That's why I'm in the middle, bro. I don't deride nobody's side. I don't care if you're left, right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. He was wrong, whoever that dude was. Let's rewind what he said again. Just listen. It is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. This is his opinion.
Been doing that to thinking it was funny, trying to put law enforcement on the wrong track.
Wait, hold up. Go back. Listen to what he says.
you can't just assume by that what was written on that shell casing that that's necessarily his motivation. He could have been doing that to thinking it was funny, trying to put law enforcement on the wrong track.
Woo.
Secretary, tonight
That's
Americans
weird.
are very concerned about this feeling that it's open season on law enforcement, in some cases conservatives. We saw what happened 2 weeks ago to Charlie Kirk, another elevated roof. Is there anything tonight you can tell us about that shell casing that could change that type of thinking, that this might have been a joke?
Damn. Woo. Yeah, I don't. Seven says, "Hey, Don, the FBI probably wrote that on the bullet." You never know. Allegedly, this on the Don Izzy show, we analyze everything, everybody's suspect. But that's crazy. This dude would shoot at a van that he don't even know who's inside. That's crazy. Let the right speak for a second, cause I let the left talk for a while. There we go. Fair use.
Joke, or it might have been something
I know I'm gonna
written
piss y'all off.
get everyone off the trail.
Oh, I can't, Laura. And the fact that he said that or even suggested that is irresponsible.
Like the video, subscribe.
People go around etching things into shell casings and then firing them into buildings for fun. Nobody does that for fun. People do that are evil, that want to destroy other people's lives, and that want to make a statement. And those people feel like they get cover when you have leaders in this country going out there and defending those types of actions, which is exactly what these congressmen, what these senators have done, what these governors have done, what Gavin Newsom.
Or so you going at the Gavin Newsom? The right going, they banging back. They banging back on y'all on the right, man. Listen.
Exactly what these congressmen, what these senators have done, what these governors have done, what Gavin Newsom and Tim Walz have done by saying and calling names that are law enforcement officers who are just doing their job and trying to protect their communities. Everybody needs to remember these officers live in these communities too. They live there. Their families are there. They want to make sure that their kids can go to school and that their families can go grocery shopping and go to their jobs and be safe. So overwhelmingly, the American people is with our law enforcement. What I would tell the American people is send a strong message. Sign up. Go to join.ice.gov and sign up, and we will put you to work helping keep the backs and have the backs of these individuals who are so wonderful to go out there and defend America.
Madam Secretary, do you have any?
Damn. Ooh. Damn, chat. Who? But I could understand. Hey, damn. If I was a full right winger, hey, I would be kind of paranoid. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just lately, I know the numbers show that it's more right wing people doing things, but lately, you had the president get shot at. He got shot. Attempted assassination. You had Charlie Kirk just got assassinated. You just got some ICE people, yeah, they just back to back. I know they got right wingers that do stuff, and we ain't gonna even get into the Dylan Roofs and and the dude in Buffalo went into that supermarket, So man, but if I was right, I'll be kind of pissed right now. I'll be like, damn, they trying to get us. And if I was left, I'll be like, look at the history. So it's like, what do you do? Like, damn, who do you take? Fair use. Let me let them cook on a couple of more minutes. Then we gonna go left again. There's a couple of more minutes.
Do you have any idea how this individual, Mr. John, got up on this nearby roof? Had he been up there for a while? Had he cased the joint? Any CCTV footage that you can tell us about tonight?
And there'll be more details of the case coming forward. The FBI is leading this case, so we will let them do their work. We're partnering with them in the Dallas.
Keenan said Don is in the center right. Yeah, I guess. Center. I'm in the center right and left. All right, where's this at? All right, let me make sure now. Where's the one that dude? That one dude was going off, man. On the left, he was going off on y'all, man. I forgot his name, but he was going off on y'all. What's his name? Let's go back. Him. He was going off on y'all ass, man. Look at him. He was still mad. Look. Fair use.
Donald Trump continually made fun of political violence because it was Nancy Pelosi's husband. I haven't heard any Democrat that's elected, no Democratic leader making fun of any political violence. I hear the California Republican Party just die laughing, cheering, laughing when Donald Trump was making fun of Paul Pelosi having the hell beat out of him. And why? Why do they do this? Like, why is it so important for them?
Hey, was they laughing at Nancy Pelosi when that happened to her husband? Hey, we gotta ask the questions. Was they laughing? Damn, man. I'm glad I ain't got no loyal to no side. I'm glad, man, because I just, man, it don't look good. It don't look good. It don't look good, man. Let the vice president talk for himself what he said. One more again. J.D. Vance, the vice president of the free world. One more again. Listen to J.D. Fair use.
What we know is that in Dallas, Texas, an ICE facility, an Immigrations and Customs Enforcement facility, was opened fire upon by a violent left-wing extremist, a person who wrote anti-ICE messaging on their bullets. And there's some evidence that we have that's not yet public, but we know this person was politically motivated. They were politically motivated to go after law enforcement. They were politically motivated to go after people who are enforcing our border. And I think that is the most disgusting thing. The very people who keep us safe ought to be honored and protected and praised by Democrats and Republicans alike. It is time to stop the rhetorical assault on law enforcement. But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell, and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
It's getting spicy in here. Man, left, right, left, right, left, right. Which one is right? All right, y'all. It's a big mess. It's a big mess. Every time a mass shooting happen, everybody either they say it's a left extremist, right extremist, or it's a shot at gun ownership and the Second Amendment. We need to take the guns away. It's a big mess. Everybody put their political agendas when tragedy happens. It's a trip. It's a trip. They jump right on it. Both sides do it. Don't lie. All right, let's go to just a little bit. I mean, it's not a good picture of Charlie. Not a good picture of Charlie. Not a good picture of Charlie. I wanted a good picture of Charlie. Charlie, last name Wilson. Let me see that. No, that's not a good picture of Charlie. That's the prayers. Where's a picture of Charlie? Charlie. I want to just play something real quick. Is that a good picture? No, that's not a good picture. Where's a good picture? I know I got a good picture of Charlie somewhere in here. All these pictures I got of Charlie, damn it. Where is it at? I got it. Just give me a second. Let me get a picture of Charlie. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one of Charlie. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not this one either. Not this one either. What a coincidence, though. But George Floyd born on the same day. Damn, that's a trip. 20 years apart. Wow. But anyway, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. I'm sorry. Not that one, ladies and gentlemen. Not that one. Let's do this one. That's a good picture of Charlie. All right. So this is one part. We're going to go to Joe Rogan, one of y'all favorite heroes. I think, what is Joe? Joe is a right winger, right? What y'all call Joe? What y'all consider Joe Rogan? Is he left or right or in the middle? I got a clip for him, and I just want to play with Joe. This is what Joe theory is. Moderate, okay. Let's go. I had to, because we ain't talked about Charlie at all. We ain't talked about Charlie at all. But this is his theory, fair use.
This kid had a rifle with a scope. Now, here's where it gets weird. The first images of this rifle with a scope, I swear to God, it looks like he has a composite stock on it. Like, it looks like a modern 30-06 rifle. So a 30-06, so that's the rifle. 30-06 is like, that looks like a very modern looking stock. I mean, it might not be. It might be just a bad resolution. It might be wood. It's hard to tell. But if you showed me that and you said, hey, this is my cousin's rifle, is this any good? I'd be like, looks like a standard bolt action rifle with like a sophisticated modern scope on it. Sure. Now, apparently, the narrative is that this is his grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code.
Damn.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Why? Wait. Why are you using such an old gun? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Oh,
like,
it's moderate.
is it
Keenan?
possible that an old gun can be that accurate? If you have a gunsmith and they work on it, yeah, it's totally possible. If you have a really good gunsmith and he sets, if you're like a nostalgic person, you like driving an old car, you could bring it to a mechanic, they could redo the brakes.
Sure.
So if you got a good gunsmith and he took a look at that and the action was true and the bore is good, yeah, you could conceivably shoot with a gun for hundreds of years, right? Guns don't necessarily go bad.
Right, they don't expire.
Right, and especially because all the stuff like the trigger and the action and all that different stuff is replaceable. So you could just like it's compartmentalized. It's components. There's the other thing. They said that he took it apart and then put it back together again. Shut the fuck up. Do you know how much time?
Yeah, man. That part is kind of taking it apart with they found just a little a screwdriver. That just don't sit right with me, ladies and gentlemen. With just a little screwdriver, I'm with Joe on this one. There's a lot of fishy stuff going on, dog. There's a lot of fishy stuff going on, man.
Part and then put it back together again. Part and then put it back together. So it's components. There's the other thing. They said that he took it apart and then put it back together again. Shut the fuck up. Do you know how much? There's the other thing. They said that he took it apart and then put it back together again.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Do you know how much time it would take to do that if you were highly skilled?
To disassemble a gun.
To disassemble a rifle so that you can get it in a backpack. And by the way,
within seconds after he pop, you nervous. Yo, that's why I don't believe it was just Tyler, man. Maybe, yeah, Tyler was there, but Tyler had help, dog. Yeah, this is a conspiracy. I'm sorry.
Not gonna fit.
Allegedly.
And then somehow or another reconnects it once he gets off the roof.
Reconnects it.
What's that about?
Is that what they pitched, huh?
Yeah. Here's the other problem. If you shoot something, okay, like say if I take you to a long range shooting range and we sit there and we get you on a bench and you're sitting there and you go, okay, we're going live, and you flip off the safety and then you squeeze out that trigger, you hear boom, pink. There's a gap in 200 yards between the shot going off and the impact. There's a gap. It's like boom, think, because it's far. Right. 200 yards is far. Even if
200 yards is far. Zachary said 4 screws, 1 Allen key. All the holes are guided. The thing taking too long to take apart connected itself is BS. But so is the fact that he took it apart. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is crazy, man. In 2 seconds, right? I don't think so, dog. They ain't gonna never sell me that only Tyler Robinson did this. Hell no.
Even if that bullet is fucking go, it's still. I know guys who do, like my buddy Justin. He does these long range competitions where they'll shoot out to a mile plus. They're shooting steel targets like that big at a mile plus.
Damn.
And he's like, dude, the hang time is crazy. It's like seconds.
You hear separation. It just, yeah, it's a
when
trip.
you're watching it through the binoculars too. It's like somebody else is watching it. So you got a guy next to you that's a spotter, and you shoot, boom, and he's like, hit. Literally, it's that long.
Damn. Look how you look. Rodney Jackson says, "You're telling me Erica Kirk wasn't in on this? She came out to the fireworks at his funeral." Yeah, people are questioning her speech and saying, was it acting or was he genuine? Hey man, that's between y'all to debate on that. Fair use.
So that the Charlie Kirk
But
thing.
see, the thing about grieving, everybody grieves differently. Some people weep. Some people can't even go to a funeral. Some people can't speak at a funeral. Some people, it's not a universal language when it comes to grieving, dog. That's the part I don't like about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell somebody how to grieve. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being fair on this one. I mean, come on, y'all. It's not no universal way to grieve. Everybody grieves differently, man. So I believe it was genuine. I don't think that was no acting. But, you know, if it was, damn. That'd be crazy. But we do, at Don Easy TV, we do examine all options. So, you know, that's an open theory, whatever. It's all good.
Seemed instant. It was like boom, he was down.
Instant.
Boom down.
So you think it was closer?
It could have been closer, or it could be the echo from that gun.
I want to get to one part.
By the time the sound.
Forget that part. I want to get to the part where he was talking about the bone. I want to get to that. Let me fast forward. Let's see if he's talking about that part.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you're telling me that this kid who's not military trained, this guy, first of all, how did he get to the roof? How come nobody was looking? How come nobody was like, there's a direct line of sight between where he's sitting and those roofs? You guys didn't check? You don't have a drone? Like, that's insane. So he's on the roof. He shoots. He jumps from the roof. He jumps down 14 feet.
Yeah, we saw they had, didn't they have video?
Yeah, he jumped. That was man, that's damn near 2-story. He jumped 14 feet. Man, this is crazy, man. I don't think it was just Tyler, y'all. What y'all think? Was it just Tyler?
No, somebody had a cell phone video of him jumping.
There's
down,
a video
right?
of him jumping. So this guy, whoever it is, jumps off of the roof and lands, whether or not he's even the guy who shot him. Maybe he thought he was going to shoot him. Maybe he's a patsy. Maybe he did it.
I feel like he's a plant. Did you see the video? Did you see the person doing the investigating on his?
What y'all think? He was a patsy? Or what? A plant? Allegedly?
Mom's Facebook?
No.
You haven't seen this? Have you seen that, Jamie? Some dude online.
His mom's got a weird Facebook. I spill coffee.
Very trippy. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the more they keep looking into it, the more they're like, this doesn't feel like a real. It feels super fabricated.
But here's the thing. Just like I was talking about when people are arguing on social media, it's all part of the plan. If you want things to be...
Oh, I wanted it so bad. Buckets, buckets.
If you want people to lose all faith that anyone is going to solve anything, you add a bunch of... If you're going to kill a guy, you add a bunch of other wacky shit that doesn't make any sense, and you spam it out there at the same time. You leave a gun that didn't do it out in the...
Damn, leave a gun that's not in there. Damn, what do you say? Ooh, go ahead.
Out there at the same time. You leave a gun that didn't do it out in the woods. You do a bunch of shit like that.
You have an old man put his dick out and yell, I did it, I did it, I did it.
Yeah, you get some kid who has a boyfriend who's a furry, and you talk to him on Discord. I think he's a furry. I don't want to disrespect.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
His boyfriend's definitely a guy who became a girl.
And wears furry stuff.
I think they do furry sex. Or furry games. Excuse me. My apologies. I don't want to disrespect the furry sex.
Yeah, it's a little shout at the community, man. Hey, those views ain't up Don Easy TV. I don't know what he talked about right there.
Community.
Yeah.
Bro, shout out to the furries, because me and Duncan Trussell, we did a podcast once with the mascot outfits.
Yeah.
And we took the masks off after like 5 minutes. We're like, bro, shout out to the furries. Like, this is fucking hard.
Yeah,
it's tough. We had this big,
sweating.
you have this big chipmunk head on all day. They're heavy.
Right.
You're hot in there. We couldn't.
He tried to clean it up at the end. But the thing that I don't think I don't think this is the clip. Maybe I had another video or somebody else was talking about, you know, that damn bullet, man. They said this dude was like Superman or something. Like, how did the bullet didn't come out? You know what I mean? Like, that's another fishy thing. How did that big ass bullet didn't penetrate? You know what I mean? And they saying that his bones blocked it. They saying he's like Superman, super bones or something. Some doctor said, I guess. Wow, man, it's just a lot of fishy things going on in this case here. Somebody said because it was all fake. Who's that? Oscar Fernandez Lopez, and he's not dead. Damn. The doctor said the doctor is Superman. Super psych, more like. Damn, Jeff says. Damn, y'all. But make sure, my auntie says, have a great day, everyone. That's my cue. I got to go to work. I forget I got to go to work. Make sure y'all pull up on me Monday through Friday, 4:45 a.m. West Coast time, 6:45 a.m. Central time, and 7:45 a.m. East Coast time, Monday through Friday. Pull up on your boy. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it says all. Share me out on all your social media platforms. You feel me? Shout out to peace out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, in the chat. Michael Maribel is in the building. Shout out, boom, do the shimmy, the Diddy. Boom, boom. Shout out to Seven Sages. Shout out to my auntie Shaky. Shout out to Lois. Was Lois Cox came in? I don't know if Lois Cox in here. Shout out to Lois Cox. Shout out to Life with Tasharia. Go to her channel, Life with Tasharia. Go shout out to my auntie Shaky. You can be a moderator on here. You can push the join button, or you can go in the description in the link in there, and you can donate too to Don Easy TV 75. You know what I'm saying? It's in the description too. All right, y'all. We're gonna continue this tomorrow and beyond. We're gonna continue this from here, and I try to be fair. I try to show the left. I try to show the right perspective. So yeah, man, that dude, Joshua Jones, or John, whatever you say his damn last name, crashed out, shot up some Dallas ICE facility in a damn van and deleted 2 damn detainees. That's crazy. And then we covered a little bit about the questions in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Let me put his picture back up of Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? And so we gonna continue this tomorrow. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'ma see y'all tomorrow, y'all. You know what I'm saying? God willing. And mwah, mwah. To all the ladies and the single ladies, you get the leggy, pow, 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 pow. And the homies, you get the pound, poop, 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 uppercut. You know how we do. I love all y'all. Make sure y'all pull up tomorrow. You know how we do. No Diddy, yay, yay. Man, this world is getting crazy. See y'all tomorrow. Yay, yay. Peace.